Hi, welcome to the video. This is a quick chat about WandaVision. I want to talk about the series in general and also the finale, I guess. What I really want to say about this, it's a general moan, I suppose. Like I said, about the whole series. It's not a moan, really, because I did enjoy it. I enjoyed this. I guess the first two or three episodes, I found incredibly irritating for some reason. I found them thoroughly uninteresting. Don't know why. Well, I do. It was because of the format for the TV show. I kept waiting for them to get to some kind of point where they pulled the veil up on this strange world that we had going on. It never happened until obviously episode 4. Yeah. So that's when it really came alive for me, and we started to see what it was. I think maybe if it was all dropped in one go, that might have worked. It might have helped a little bit. We wouldn't have had all this time to build up 3 weeks of 20-minute episodes. Just 3. It wasn't enough, I think, to get me into that world. If it was just an intro, that would have been the best, I think. But anyway, whatever. They know what they're doing. I don't work for Marvel. They do. So let them get on with it, I suppose. Anyway, by the time the series got rolling, it turned out pretty good, I suppose. I enjoyed it. The problem, I think, with leaving it week by week, the way they decided to release this, I think my main issue with that is, like I said, I didn't enjoy the beginning because the first 3 episodes, because it was so... Well, because we had so much time to wait between them and then finally get to the actual meat of it. Took quite a while, whereas it wouldn't. It had only been less than an hour. Or what, yeah, an hour, if that. Just over an hour it would have took to get to that point if we'd have been watching it in one go. Like if they dropped the whole season. And really the season would have been done within 3 hours or something. I don't know. Anyway, I think also that week by week thing has allowed the internet to go insane over these theories that they had. Quicksilver, Magneto, you name it. What? Mephisto? That was the big theory that everyone was going on about. The Professor X. Plus all this stuff with the week by week stuff. It allows interviews to be spread around the internet, like the ones with what's her name? Wanda. What's her name? Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany. He's coming out going like, oh, I got to work with someone I've always wanted to work with. And so the internet went insane and were like, oh, it's Ian McKellen, it's Patrick Stewart, maybe it's Fassbender as Magneto. It was himself. Fine, it was himself. Okay, you're just being a knob. Anyway, but then I think it was Elizabeth Olsen. She said that there was a Luke Skywalker moment. I think it was her that said this. After The Mandalorian season 2 ended, there was this Luke Skywalker moment, obviously. We all know about it. She come out saying, I think it was her, she come out saying there was a Luke Skywalker moment at the end of this, a cameo of some sort of that magnitude. You see anything like that? I didn't. I didn't. I'll be honest. But whatever. I think that kind of silliness, this time period that it takes to do that, to release this stuff, that allowed all these kind of theories to just balloon on the internet. And plus everyone's locked in houses, still on lockdown. There's nothing else going on. No one's got anything else to think about except politics and WandaVision. That's it. That's all we have in this world at the moment. And now that this is over. So I don't know what we're going to do now. Anyway, this time allowed all this stuff to build up, I think, and obviously we all go crazy with these theories, and we all had a lot of it. But they did this on purpose. They knew what they were doing. Those Vision and Wanda releasing I'm just going to call them by their character names. Vision and Wanda releasing those statements to the media. That's completely designed by Disney. They don't say anything that they're not allowed to say. Look at the Gina Carano incident. They're not allowed to just come out and say things. It's all okayed. It's all allowed. So they come out and say this stuff. to get the hype train rolling on the internet, to get the tweets, to get the blogs, to get the bloody blogs. I don't know. Does anyone blog anymore? To get all the news articles, clickbait, things like that. That's what it's all designed for. Obviously, we all know this. But then you've got the case of it leading up to all this hype over like Magneto, all this different stuff that could possibly be happening. It's ridiculous. I mean, they're coming out and saying this stuff, and it's only designed to create this situation where we all talk about it because there's nothing else going on. And I think it's a bit insidious. The whole, the major part of it is the Evan Peters being cast as, Quicksilver, coming in from the X-Men universe. I mean, that is completely designed to create an entire YouTube culture to talk about this multiverse madness. I mean, the Multiverse of Madness is coming out, the Doctor Strange sequel. It was all designed to create hype for that. And it's part of this story. And then they just get to the end and Evan Peters is just some guy called Boner. I mean... Anyway, let's jump into this quickly. I'm not going to play it. We'll just get to that point. I just want to remind myself what happened. Yeah, they have a fight in the street, the Darkhold. I mean, all this stuff's cool. I enjoyed this stuff. I liked Agatha. Agatha was interesting. Again, though, it was just her. There was no Mephisto. There was nothing else. It felt like there should have been something else. Another big bad. But everyone, all the hype train built all this stuff up. Obviously, there's no way they could do all this in a 20-minute episode. And the closer we got to the end, we realised, well, Magneto, Reed Richards, Mephisto, Doctor Strange, Xavier, these people aren't all going to appear in this last episode and create the X-Men and all this other stuff that everyone had all this idea for and all these dreams about and all the hype train. This was never going to happen, obviously. But then we have this bit here, obviously. Shut up. Boner, Ralph Boner. I mean, what's the deal with this? I mean, it just end with that. That's like a big slap in the face to fans, really. It's like you've just spent 4-5 weeks thinking about this and speculating, and we're just gonna, for a laugh, make him some actor called Ralph Boner who looks like him. I mean, what's that about? What is that? Is there any point to it at all? Apart from just fueling this hype train of the X-Men are coming! The X-Men! Oh, God! I mean, I really don't know what to say about that. Either way, it happened. That's the way it was. So fair enough. They didn't have time to deal with it. Whether they'll come back, swing back around, we'll circle back and deal with this at a later date. I don't see why they wouldn't. Mandarin, people are talking maybe it's a Mandarin situation. But then we had this, obviously the scene where she turns all the people against them. And then the Vision fighting each other with himself. I mean, it's all very good. We all like stuff like this. I mean, it's not a superhero thing unless you have people flying around shooting energy bolts at each other, is it really? This stuff I could have taken it or left it, really. I like it. I like seeing stuff like this. Obviously, everyone does. However, we got to this stage. Let's just get the sound off. I can't be bothered. So obviously the shield people, and she takes it down. The kids get in trouble, and they have this fight on the street. And here we go. Vision and... So we've got Vision and Vision. The two Visions. And they're having a conversation. And this bit I liked. It's interesting. That's kind of what would happen. You know, these are androids. My issue, though, is like, why did they fight in the first place? They're both androids with computer brains. wouldn't they just get to this conversation in like a billionth of a second? They wouldn't even bother with the fight and phasing through each other. They'd just start talking immediately because they just decide, well, we're equal. Why wouldn't we just talk? Anyway, it was nice to have a fight still. I'm not saying we shouldn't have two robots who can fly and shoot lasers and fight each other in the sky. I mean, that's a good thing to happen in a superhero thing. It's not going to happen anywhere else. It's not going to happen in any other show that's not about superheroes. I was going to say in a reference then, but it was going to be the most British thing I've ever said. I was going to say EastEnders. I don't watch EastEnders. So yeah, they have a discussion. So I think, yeah, Vision, I think he activates his brain. He activates his memories. So I'm assuming that White Vision is the new Vision eventually. He'll just come back as Vision. And he'll just phase himself or change, like he created his cape out of nothing, his cloak. So he could change his shape, change and look like anything he wants. Not shape, but you know what I mean. So he's just going to look like original Vision eventually. So that's all cool. Scarlet Witch. This is the stuff that I did like, though. The Scarlet Witch reveal and finally her becoming the Scarlet Witch. It was pretty cool. It's nice stuff, I guess. Another sky fight. I mean, why not? Let's fight in the sky. I mean, I would, if I had superhero powers, I'd fight anyone else who had them in the sky. If we could do that, that's where you would take the fight, let's be honest. So it's fair enough. And I did like this, that she cast the runes. Let's just get to it. Come on. It was cool that she cast the runes in the sky. I thought they were going to reveal that she already knew she was the Scarlet Witch and she'd known it since the beginning. Since she developed her powers. And she already knew these magic spells. Inherently through the power of the witch, whatever. As it turns out, she just saw them in Agnes's dungeon. So, okay, that's fine. I mean, that's fair enough. I'll accept that. So that's fine. I mean, it was a pretty cool. I was thinking as she was shooting at her, I was thinking, why does she keep missing? And obviously, this is why. I was slow. I was having a stroke. So yeah, let's carry on. So she becomes the Scarlet Witch. This is cool. I mean, I really do like. I do like the final look we have of her, that she creates her own outfit. And I suppose it is a mix of the outfit she had before plus her Scarlet Witch. She looks cool anyway. We're not going to argue with that. She is pretty cool. And we like an Elizabeth Olsen in an outfit. And so, potentially she could become the villain for the next phase of Marvel to introduce a lot of other characters, maybe Reed Richards and some of the X-Men. This might all lead into it, because I think we'll see her in, apparently, Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange, so we're going to see her in that. So that'll be fun. Always fun. So yeah, very fun, all this. It's all good. Let's bring some sound back up. Falling to the ground. Let's not do too much. In fact, let's not play it at all because YouTube would just kill me. Kids coming over. This is all, I mean, all this is good. And this was a really good send-off. Definitely all this emotional stuff. It was cool. And that was a really good speech between them. Very good. I like that. And so, by the end, no Mephisto, none of these other X-Men. No X-Men appearing, no Reed Richards or Doctor Strange. I did think Doctor Strange would appear in the final credits, maybe, in one of the credit scenes. But it didn't happen. So, I mean, I don't need that particularly. I thought that, in fact, that scene there where she was walking down the street, I thought there was going to be a portal. I thought we were going to see one of the portals open up. And, in fact, that shot there, I thought there would be a portal right behind her appear. It didn't, so whatever. just carry on. It was a good resolution though. And then we have this scene, obviously pointing. I mean, it's cool to see at least the Skrulls will be involved again, and we're going to see a link between this and, you know, the end of Captain Marvel, Spider-Man, one of them. This is cool. Dun 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 dun. The roof. The roof. Yeah. And then our final end scene with perhaps probably the most expensive shot of the entire show, flying over this entire vista of Canada or wherever she is. Let's face it, it's probably Canada. A very weird shot. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know why. Probably get copyright. Let's just stop. It's jerky, very jerky anyway. But that was cool seeing Scarlet Witch, seeing her telepathic spectral projection, something like that, whatever it is, Doctor Strange thing. Yeah, that's cool. So it'll be interesting to see more of this in Doctor Strange. I did like it. I like the series in general for what it was. I think it's all we can expect now from Marvel stuff. I don't know what else we expect, because it's all falling apart, Hollywood, really, isn't it? We've got no cinemas, so this is the new movie. That was a movie, essentially, we just watched. That was the Scarlet Witch movie. Scarlet Witch and Vision movie. Okay, and we're about to get Winter Soldier, Falcon movie, Loki, a few other ones, can't remember. Who cares? But this is the new way forward, I guess. Filming TV shows like this and putting it on Disney Plus. I guess we're just going to go like this until they get cinema back, if it ever happens. But it was pretty interesting. I think without all that hype, we would have. If I could have just watched it in one go on the first week, I'd have enjoyed it a lot more, I think, in a strange way. All this hype train nonsense, like we said, X-Men, Doctor Strange, blah, blah, blah. All this stuff. It's just Spider-Man. The Spider-Men. How many Spider-Men were supposed to appear in this? Give me a break. It's ridiculous. It's all designed, and the reason they released it like this, it's all designed to create this hype that no one else got anything to talk about. And so seeing them do that, and especially with the Evan Peters thing, that's just a complete pulling the rug out from under us. Under anyone who's speculating, and I've done my fair share of speculating. You think it's going somewhere, and then they pull the rug out. I mean, that may as well have been a fictional version of sacking Gina Carano. I mean, that's basically, you've just changed the narrative fictionally by just not doing anything with that, or not presenting your thoughts on what you're doing with it. It's just, he was an actor called Boner. Okay. It's stuff like this, though, that annoys me a little bit with some of these big budget corporation things. A lot of this anger from Star Wars sort of stuff, I think. It can be annoying that they play on this marketing tactic they've got to create. They allow us all to create it ourselves. It goes out into the world and circles around the internet and Twitter and comes back finally as ideas that they can use or not use, and they don't care which ones they're going to use. So if everyone decides universally, we want Magneto to show up, and then in week 2, last week or 2 weeks ago, they saw her childhood. Yeah, well, last week she got taken back to her childhood by the other witch. I can't remember her name now. And we just saw her father, and it wasn't Magneto. It was just some bald guy. Okay. Just stuff like that. It's like they know what they're setting up and what conversations are going to be had on the internet, what fandom will discuss. Whether they shape those conversations or not is beyond us. So that's that. We'll just see what happens, I guess. It just kind of can be irritating that they set these things up knowing full well that they're not going to deliver on them in any way. And so how can we trust when they set something up that they're going to deliver until they do? I guess we've got more faith in Marvel than we do with anything else right now, which is strange because Disney have destroyed Star Wars completely, and we've lost all our other geek fantasy stuff to wokeness. I mean, it's amazing we've still got Marvel and we trust Marvel in some way because Kevin Feige's there. And that's it, really. We don't trust Disney with it, do we? I mean, do you trust a corporation with anything? Anyway, that's my thoughts. I'll leave it there. Good luck, people. Good luck.